Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASA Bunker 33. I'm your host, Cordy's the Sprinkler, and I'm talking really fucking fast for no fucking reason. How are you tonight? So I have a special guest in my house, even though he's on the other end of my house, and he doesn't have a headset or microphone or computer, so he's probably not going to be joining us, but Christ Puncher is sitting in the other end of my house right now listening to us and probably scratching his balls and drinking a beer. So, yeah, he listened to me pee earlier if you haven't been in chat. And anywho, I'm joined tonight by our producer that never fucks anything up ever, Zoomy. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing perfectly, and
Awesome.
I am not looking forward to tonight's material at all because Witsit is, let's just say, uh,
Well, I hate to tell you, but you're the one who chose this.
I
So,
know, I know, I know. Trust me, I know. Well, someone in Discord told me, I might want to look at this, and I was like, okay, I'll watch. And I started watching, and I'm like, oh my god, what? Uh, uh, we've got to do it on the bunker. Sorry, I'm like,
nah. Yeah, unfortunately. No one likes Austin Witsit. Even Austin Witsit doesn't like Austin Witsit.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and Facty, we bought Punchy and I went to the beach earlier this week for a few days, and we decided we were going to get Facty a present, and we found the cutest little uh, toddler bikini. So Facty's getting a toddler bikini,
Oh gods,
and it's adorable.
wow.
Yeah, so we also have a Bob, I believe. Yeah, we do.
Ooh.
How are you doing?
Uh, Trying not to die in this playthrough of Dead Cells. Hopefully, Witsit will not destroy me.
Witsit couldn't destroy. I got nowhere to go with that joke, so sorry. Witsit sucks at everything.
Yeah, he
There,
does.
make your
Yeah.
own damn
Yeah.
joke. I had the week off this week. I didn't have time to write jokes. What the hell?
Yeah,
Gee,
fact you got that right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah.
Facty's excited about his little toddler bikini that he's getting.
Yeah.
It's so adorable, Facty. You're gonna look so cute in it.
And we may have a Draco Fire showing up later. I don't know yet, but he might show up. So, yeah.
Woo! All right, well, let's jump into the dumb fuckery that is Austin Witsit. I know nothing about this video. Like I said, I'm on vacation. I haven't done jack shit this week, so uh, I'm going to be as surprised as you guys in watching this.
I watched a tiny bit of it and can tell you he pretty much thinks that he has physics all figured out.
Spoiler alert, Austin Wizard does not have physics figured out.
No, he doesn't. He definitely doesn't.
At all. Any of it.
Oh, oh. That's a bit loud. There we go.
Yeah.
And that's not me being all laggy. That's Witsit.
Oh, in fact, yes, I do like my t-shirt. In fact, I've already worn it once.
And I did skip ahead a little bit because most of this was him fighting with his own Wi-Fi.
Imagine that, a flat earther with tech problems.
Yeah.
and now I'm dead.
Blame Witsit. It's his fault.
I do.
His fault. It's all his fault.
So yeah, imagine that
And of
something
course, it's right
vibrating
now clear
at
for you
different
guys to get cymatic
frequencies
patterns.
does
Puts in on
different
there, distributed
things.
frequencies.
Yeah.
So just guys, give me a confirmation that you can hear me well, like that I'm not breaking up, and then we're just gonna push through the stream or something. Not really.
Unfortunately, I
You
can
guys see how
hear
much
you,
faster my
Austin.
mustache grows than the rest of mine?
Yeah.
It's really crazy. My mustache is really crazy.
No, it just looks like a normal mustache. What's it?
Yeah, you can hear it. Okay. All right, cool. We're just gonna have to rock with the sound. I'll ladle you some gravy. So, I call it heavy conscious. Now, there's something called. I should be able to share screens without video pretty easily though. So let me share. There's something called the 21-gram experiment. I'm sure you guys may have heard of it. So let's go to the infamous Wikipedia here.
Yes, Wikipedia, because
It's so crazy. I swear they're attacking my stream, bro.
yes, they are attacking your stream. Has
You're
nothing to
doing
do with your
something
shitty
wrong.
Wi-Fi.
All right. 21 grams experiment refers to a scientific study.
And Jinshu has it right. This is not physics at all.
It's acoustics.
This is
Yeah.
acoustics.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. Anyway, so he hypothesized that souls have physical weights and attempted to measure the mass lost by a human when the soul departed from the body. And he attempted to measure it in 6 patients, 5 men.
Yeah, and I know about that experiment, and it was ruled that it's all bullshit. There is no... Souls do not have physical weight. We haven't even determined if a soul exists yet.
So yeah, just looking at it here, it says that he hypothesized that they have a physical weight.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much as far as you could get. Because literally the second paragraph, second sentence, the experiment is widely regarded as flawed and unscientific.
Yeah, exactly.
Due to A, the small sample size, B, the methods used, and C, the fact that only one of the 6 subjects met the hypothesis at all.
Yeah. Like I said, I've actually looked into that experiment myself, and it's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
But yet, flat earthers eat it up like...
Yeah. The soul is not a thing. Period. Full stop.
The only soul that exists is soul music. And it's beautiful.
I got soul power. Sorry. I'll stop now.
One woman.
Please do.
And what he found was that when people die,
so
they get
pause it for a second.
an ounce lighter.
Because I think you guys will find this hilarious. When I sang just then, my dog literally got up and left the room to go sit with Punchy instead. So she knows what's up.
I am going to set the playback speed at 1.5 because
what's it when he's not actually debating, he talks really slow.
Yeah.
But when he's debating, he just likes to spit as many trigger words as he can think of at once.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Like instantly. Some of them aren't instant, and it'll take like one guy took up to a minute. He said based on his temperament, that it made more sense to him, and he theorized blah blah blah. So very fascinating, right? When you die, you lose like the average was 21 grams, so 3/4 of an ounce of weight leaves your body. Okay. Now mainstream will just, of course.
That's because whenever you die, usually you excrete a lot of stuff. Anything that's in your stomach, pretty much. South Park covered this. Whenever you die, you poop. Whenever you die, you poop and piss.
We watched that episode. Punchy and I watched that episode yesterday, I think. The Walmart episode where when everyone dies, they shit themselves.
Yeah.
And if you're only shitting 21 grams, maybe you should have eaten a larger last meal.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go off like a pinata when I die. I'm just stuffing myself with everything left in my cabinet, everything left in the pantry, everything left in the fridge, and then leaving this world and exploding.
Oh, God.
Hey, I'm not gonna have to clean it up.
Of course, like poo-poo all over this, but this is why. This is gravy, bro. Okay. So they're like, well, the soul isn't material. It seems to be conceptual, and so there is no feasible explanation as to why it would have weight or mass. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would it leaving change your weight? So they didn't pursue it anymore because, like, why pursue a crazy idea that just fundamentally doesn't make sense? That's the idea. Well, here's why it does make sense. Okay, so you have to get into things like, well, what is electricity? What is your spirit? What is your soul? And what is weight? I'm really gonna break.
What does electricity have to do with the soul?
Well, so your body technically is powered by electricity. You know, electric pulses in your brain are what control everything from the movement of your muscles to your actual conscience to everything. So technically, I guess you could say that's what the soul is, but there's no weight to it. It's not a tangible thing other than electrical pulses.
Yeah, because electricity has no weight.
Yeah.
Because electricity has no mass,
Okay, so
right?
there was this someone decided they were going to weigh the internet, and what they did, they took all the electricity that it took for the internet to exist, and then uh figured out like how many electrons it took for that energy to be transferred through, and then said, so these electrons weigh this much, so the internet weighs this much, but it's not actually weighing the internet. It's just like a thought experiment saying that because the electrons used for the internet weigh this much, that's what the internet weighs. But it's not. I don't really know how to explain it any better, but I think you guys see what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Break this down. I hope that this puts some stuff together.
And I love the fact that he has the educational purposes of this stream are protected under the Fair Use Act. Yeah, there's nothing educational about this stream with it. Nothing at all educational about it.
Yes, do not take anything I say seriously. I'm mostly full of shit.
Yeah, generally.
I know a little bit about a little bit, and yeah, go look it up for yourself.
Google it yourself.
Google
So
is a
weight,
thing that
right?
exists.
Or let's start with the word gravity. Gravitas means heavy or weight, how heavy something is. That's where gravity comes from. So gravity, weight.
That's heavy, man.
That's literally what the word means.
Gravity
Right?
doesn't come
Now
from
they say weight equals mass
gravitas.
times
No, it
gravity. So
doesn't.
gravity can't mean weight. Then can it? It's a totally different thing. Now they conflate it into a supposed characteristic that attributes, or attributable characteristic that gives weight. Blah 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 blah. So here's the deal. Weight can be manipulated, and if you watched Glowbusters yesterday, we kind of talked about it. Weight can be manipulated.
No,
by
I didn't
charge.
watch Glowbusters yesterday.
Proven.
Also, gravitas doesn't mean what he thinks it means. Gravitas doesn't mean heavy. Gravitas literally means dignity, seriousness, or solemnity of manner. Like, you can't handle the gravitas. It's an ancient Roman virtue. It has nothing to do with heavy or light or any weight for that matter. So,
Yeah, you Googled it faster than I did, by the way. Just saying.
yes. Well, yeah, I never said I didn't Google it. I literally just said, Google it yourself. And what did I do? I Googled it myself.
Right? So if I put like styrofoam or little wood shavings on a scale, and it's going to weigh a certain amount of weights, okay? And then I'm going to take my Van de Graaff generator, and I'm going to turn the wheel and increase the electrostatic charge, and what's going to happen? The wood shavings are going to levitate. They're going to float in the air. Now, if you're weighing something on a scale, and then it begins to float, how much
That's
does it
not
weigh?
how this works at all.
Right. So you manipulated the weight of that object objectively because it doesn't weigh anything now. It's not pushing pressure down on the scale, okay? All weight is the downward force, the pressure, right, exerted downward based on, many things.
That's
but
not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
By making things levitate. Okay, and we got really deep on Glowbusters because I'm like, what's charge and vibration? What's the difference? Can you separate the two? And then we got into another video I wanted to show you, and hopefully it'll kind of work earlier. So everything comes down to pressure mediation. So now tie this back into it, right? So what is your soul, right?
I
What
have a
is it?
feeling
Like,
that
what is your
they've
consciousness,
seriously
right?
misunderstood what
Like
it
they can use
meant
an
to
EEG to look
make
at your brain,
things
and you go into REM sleep,
levitate.
your brain just starts shooting off electrical pulses everywhere. That's the way that your brain communicates.
Yeah.
Is literal electric pathways, electrical pathways for your mind, neural pathways. Electric charge is literally how you even process information. It's everything. Okay, and so now is electricity metaphysical? Well, no, I think we can see it. Where did it come from?
No, it's
Before you
not
harnessed electricity,
metaphysical.
where did the energy come from?
No.
It was in the metaphysical background. It was outside of the material world.
Electricity isn't metaphysical. It's
And I'm a material girl.
So when you subscribe to the Globebusters channel, does that come with a free subscription to some sort of bath salts like drug, or?
I don't.
I don't know what drug Austin Witsit uses, but I don't want any.
No. No. Just no.
Outside of the
Kinda like-
perceivable material world, right? So energy is not matter, but they say basically interchangeable. This is not automatically science. This is kind of more of an advanced stream. Okay, it's not just pseudoscience that energy and mass are interchangeable. Okay, because there's some substance to it, but it's very interesting. It's very deep conversation. Because in that situation, you should be able to turn energy into matter, and vice versa. Well, you actually can do that. You can disintegrate molecules with sound, with frequencies. You can make them disappear.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too all over the place. So, 21 grams experience.
Okay, he does have a point there. You can turn mass into electricity. That is you can turn mass into energy. That's generally how it works. And you can turn energy into mass. But you don't lose anything in the process.
Right. Energy cannot be created or destroyed.
But it can be transitioned.
Yeah, it can be transferred.
Transferred, transitioned, transformed, whatever term you want to use. But energy can be converted into mass, and mass can be converted into energy, but it can't be destroyed. You'll always have something left over.
Well, isn't the definition of mass, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but isn't the definition of mass just the potential energy of something?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. That's it, yeah. Mass is just potential energy.
Experiments. Okay, the idea that when you die, your soul leaves and your physical weight changes once your soul leaves. Okay, and that's why I called it heavy conscious, right? Because if you get it right. Okay, so to me, it not only makes sense, it's the only viable option. It's the only viable explanation. Okay, like when they come up with mass, like if they use mass spectrometry, what they do is they measure a charge differential in the matter. That's what, to find mass, which is not even agreed upon, all kinds of pseudoscientific things with mass, but they're just measuring charge differential over a certain area. They call that area mass, and they get a charge to mass ratio.
Scientific.
That's all. It's charge. So what does that have to do with gravity exactly? Nothing. It's just all charge. Everything, bro. Like every single field of science. Okay. So now tie it all back in. You have an electromagnetic aura, okay, circulating through your body. This keeps your matter together. This keeps you in a physical, material body, right? Because you're kept in a certain spectrum of density, within a certain spectrum of vibration, and your frequency keeps you in this material world. So, like, if this is the entirety of the spectrum of vibration, the material world is like just this portion. That's it. All this, we can't see it. It's still there. We just can't see it. And provably, your eyes, they see things utilizing vibration. That's why animals can see things that we can't see. That's why we have nighttime goggles, night vision goggles.
We see because of light. Whenever light interacts with an object, it interacts with the rods and cones in our eyes, flips that image, and it's not energy that causes us to see, it's actual light that lets us see.
Yeah, light bounces off an object, and then if it hits our eyes, we see it. If the light doesn't hit our eyes, we don't see it.
Yeah, exactly, which is why invisible glass exists, where it bends the light in such a fashion that it obscures whatever's behind it. And that's all because it's light tricking you into seeing nothing. If that makes sense. It shifts the wavelength of the light in order to obscure whatever's behind it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I can't explain it any better.
Yeah, that's about the best.
Maybe one of the smart people in chat can explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, infrared. These are different spectrums of vibration that the naked eye cannot see. Okay, so everything is frequency and vibration. So you have this little perceivable area of the material world. Okay, and what makes something exist in that material spectrum of vibration? It's charge. It's its charge or charge potential, and that's where you get real deep. And I was asking Bob, I'm like, so is anything ever actually at rest? No, there's always a vibrational resonance, a potential energy in everything. It's like the analogy I was using was like, if you're about to go into the football game and it's like you're waiting for them to call and sub you in, and you're kind of just like standing on you're stretching, you're getting ready, you're just kind of like getting ready to go in. You know what I'm saying? That's what the at rest molecules are still doing. Everything still has this vibrational resonance that's ready to amplify. I hope I'm not being all over the place. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So the reason it's so interesting is because this experiment, which he didn't grab the soul and physically manipulate it, so you understand. I'm using it colloquially. This experiment, this observation, has been dismissed and it hasn't been further researched upon because they're like, well, something that physical can't have weight, can't have mass. This makes no sense. This is conceptual. Weight is charge. The soul, consciousness is electric. So
No, it's not.
it makes tons of sense that if you die and your soul or consciousness leave your body, you would get lighter because the charge is gone. No. It's like, okay, I think I need a little like blackboard or something. I need to be able to draw for you guys. I used to do that actually when I first started YouTube. So it's like we have a block of matter. And I know I'm freezing up, so this isn't even... There you go, you see it, block of matter, okay? Now look at the center of this box, right, in your mind. And there's a charge there in the center of the box. If you increase the charge gets stronger. It's going to draw everything into that center stronger, and it's going to make it more compact. That's what density is. Density is the compactness of matter, which is proportionate to charge. Everything, bro. So I guess, really, the point I'm trying to make to you is it's not only does it make sense, it's the only way.
No, it doesn't make sense there, Austin.
If it's the case that when you die, your soul or consciousness leaves you.
I'm going to start calling Punchy's ass right? Austin Witsit.
To touch on a few
because both of them spew shit all the time.
I'm going to try to play the Cymatics one a little bit longer. I hope it doesn't freeze too much. But I'm going to play just a little bit longer and think about what I'm saying to you before we go to the next step, because I want to make sure everyone understands what I'm saying. So imagine this field, this charge that holds your body together. Like it holds everything together. Okay? Now imagine it being manipulated, it changing, right? So like, for example, if you're super negative, you're like, oh, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to die, oh, the world is over, oh, what about the baby formula? Oh, just squirt boys, just like, oh, what about the baby formula? I think the food shortage, the world's going to, like they're just constantly living in fear. Oh, there's no way the sky's going to get me sick and the water's going to get me sick and the food's going to get me sick and the air gets me sick and there's no way to escape it. I'm going to die. Like they want to, so you're going to get sick, bro. And the reason is, and that's why I think that frequency change.
I kind of quit paying attention to him like a good 5 minutes ago.
Don't believe me. If you stumbled on my channel and you think Flat Earth is crazy and I'm crazy,
I have no idea what he's talking about anymore.
And Yale and Cambridge, ask all of them, okay? So now, really, think of all of that. Okay, think of everything I'm saying.
Does anyone have the Cliff Notes of what he's saying?
Which is composed of water, which is like the life force. And imagine what happens when you emit these frequencies of intention right into your body. Okay, you're going to change the molecular structure of the.
Let's watch the Edward Anderson video real quick.
Yeah, let's go to something a little more concise because he's literally just saying words.
I got a question. Is it just me, or was what are you describing actually the way the Soul Society works from that Bleach manga?
Yeah, that actually is, yeah. Kinda, yeah.
Witsit. Why don't you talk about something that you know about?
Okay, I know all about this.
Sun worship. What will the sun worship?
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all
to be on the lookout
I'm dating
for?
a first grader.
Shut
it's
the
already
fuck
prevalent in
up,
all of the
Nathan.
higher ups, and people like I'm assuming you are atheist, materialistic, nihilistic morons. So you've been emptied out. So when they come and they introduce spirituality, because the U.S. government came out and said that within 180 days they were going to release all UFO phenomena related information.
American Flight 812 requesting.
Yeah.
That ends June 1st. So they have to present it to the Pentagon.
Sun worship, Jay. Sun worship.
Trying to explain it. So
and try not to call sun worshippers atheists, okay? Go ahead.
I didn't, you idiot. I said that the atheists are going to fall for the sun worship.
Like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight. You can't see the sun at night. But first thing the next morning,
You don't seem to ever be able to understand anything, Curved. You're an idiot, bro.
I never understood that. Why they think atheists are sun worshippers? Because they aren't.
They seriously can't comprehend that someone who is an atheist has no belief in anything higher, any sort of higher being or anything. Like that's what it is to be an atheist. But they can't comprehend that, so they're like, oh well, they have to worship something because everyone believes in something higher.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Because I'm an actual sun worshipper. Aztecs worship the sun.
I just worship dad ass.
That's I respect that.
Yeah. It's a very worshipable ass to worship.
I worship the Lord and Savior, Shigeru Miyamoto.
Our Lord and Savior, Dale Earnhardt.
I'm trying to, but you're just too eager with your arrogance and ignorance.
Get there.
Okay, well, if you don't interrupt me for 10 consecutive seconds, we'd be a lot better off. So, they are going to release the information by June 1st. They have admitted that. So, the UFO deception is coming. They're going to come and tell you all about UFOs by June 1st. And then whenever they start to acknowledge, reluctantly, this metaphysical presence in the sky, okay, and they tell you they came from intergalactic travel, whatever they tell you, then all the atheists are going to be like, oh, wow, there is something outside of the material world.
This is a story. And a good one.
Of a lovely lady.
They're going to eat it up,
who is
just like you,
bringing
Curve.
up
You're
three
going
very
to eat
lovely
it up,
girls.
buddy. You're going to be like,
I don't see the
tell me
connection.
more, government. The connection is they've emptied you out with nihilism by telling you the Earth's about spinning.
That's not the connection.
Sun worship?
Yeah, the sun
connection
worship.
of sun worship with
these metaphysical
alien
entities.
beings and metaphysical.
Yeah. Trust me, we get it. You don't understand it. You're going to fall for the deception. We get it. So
Listen
the connection.
no, I'm not falling for your deception. You're telling me that alien beings, excuse me, you're telling me that alien beings are outside of physical reality. Therefore, I'm falling for metaphysical, and that means I'm going to worship the sun.
Yeah, because you don't let me finish.
Get out of here, you clown show. Come up with a better story, bro.
The metaphysical entities are going to tell you about the sun. You moron.
But your governments of Earth refused even to accept our existence. Even though you've seen us, heard our messages, you still refuse to accept us.
How have you not put that together yet under the premise, bro?
When all this going to
Well, what are they going to tell us about the sun?
That the sun is the life-giving force of everything. It isn't physical. We've been wrong as humans when we tried to explain what the sun is, right?
The Earth is...
Wait, pause.
The Earth is definitely fucking physical.
Yeah, I'm going to need to see some evidence there, Austin.
Yeah.
What evidence do you have that the sun is not physical?
Yeah, it's kind of been proven that the sun is a physical thing. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, proven really isn't a scientific word, but yeah, we know what the sun is.
We have evidence.
Sent a lot of shit to the sun. Yeah. We've done a lot of studying on the sun. We fucking know what it is.
We've done a lot of readings on the sun. With scientific equipment, spectrometry. I think it's spectrometry.
And one thing I learned from Milhouse on The Simpsons was that Poland sent a rocket to the sun at night.
Ooh.
And they also had that submarine with a screen door.
Oh yeah, the submarine with a screen door.
Yeah. So we did that too.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
The submarine with a screen door is a pretty good invention. I mean, but if you want to just step outside for a minute.
Sometimes you got to air the sub out,
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it was a smoking sub. Maybe they let people smoke inside and they didn't want it to get too cloudy inside. So, they just opened the regular door and left the screen door closed so the smoke can blow out.
And I know Quitties, he probably farted in that sub, and you want the screen door for that. Trust me.
Yeah. I'll bet you they use that Flex Seal stuff. That shit's amazing.
Oh, Flex Seal. So yeah, it'll definitely seal up a sub at Flex Seal.
Yeah, they have that commercial where they they put a screen bottom on a boat
Yeah.
and then spray it with Flex Seal and then go out on the water.
Yeah.
Because that's what people do. They replace the bottom of their boat with screen, apparently.
Yeah. Or they just saw a boat in half, then they use Flex Seal to put it back together, and then bingo,
Yeah.
you got a boat.
Wait, you mean
That's what
normal
duct
people
tape's for.
don't actually do that stuff? Damn.
I mean, they did, but then they all drowned, so now we just have abnormal people.
Going to tell us what it really is, and that they've been here since the beginning, just like all the other ancient civilizations, which, by the way, were more advanced, were all sun worshippers.
Metaphysical entities, Witsit. Exactly.
Yeah, these quote-unquote aliens are about to reveal to everyone. That's funny to you, even though the U.S. government just came out and admitted they're going to admit it. Do you
tell
keep
us what
up
the
with
sun
anything?
really is? Did you say they're going to tell us what the sun really is?
They're going to give us a more accurate denotation of what the sun really is. They're going to admit that it's not physical, and they're going to say that it's some type of this metaphysical, life-giving force of all things.
Because all you of Earth are idiots. You just hold on, Buster.
What will worshiping the sun mean? What will that look like? What behavior will entail worshiping the sun?
It'll be a free religion. It'll be a one-world religion, and all it is about love, and the sun is giving you life, and then these metaphysical entities are going to show you how you can yourself become a god, and you can be like us. But you.
What would be wrong with that? Like, seriously.
I mean, to be honest, if there was just one religion in the world and everyone who believed in it, that's their religion, and so much shit that we have gone through as a civilization would not have happened.
Yeah.
So in theory, that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. If there was just one religion in the world, and nobody thought about whose god had the bigger dick.
Yeah.
Because
there's the whole opposite side with how religion controls people, and how we got the whole Dark Ages, and the Sharia law, things like that people use religion to control people. There is that side of it, but at least people aren't fighting over whose god has a bigger dick.
Yeah. There we go. Mouse.
You're just still in this smaller evolutionary form of what we used to be, or they'll even claim to create us, and they're going to help guide us into our spiritual evolution. It's all about love. It's all about you're a God. The kingdom is within.
And these metaphysical creatures will come and tell us this, will they? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the metaphysical creatures will come and tell you all kinds of quote-unquote truths about the history of mankind, yes.
What are you, retarded?
What are you going to do when this doesn't happen, Witsit?
Well, the U.S. government has come out and admitted that they're about to acknowledge the UFO phenomena and give you all the info about it. And they have given themselves a 180-day deadline, which...
When did this happen exactly?
Oh, God.
When did the U.S. government say they were going to come out and say this truth, the quote-unquote truth about aliens?
I think this was when Trump declassified all of the Air Force crap. Oh, God.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah, it's probably about the same time that, who was it, Multi-Tom-Tom said that Trump was going to come out and say the earth was flat by, 2019.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Multi-Tom-Tom just kind of disappeared after that.
Yeah, mysteriously.
Ends June 1st. Basically, what
I think they got
him. Say is, wow, you messed up. You released some of the secret knowledge to people that are not responsible enough to know it. Now we have to intervene so you can abuse it and destroy yourselves.
This is why you must be stopped. This is why any means must be used to stop you.
The government has come out and said they're going to release this info. You should prepare yourself for it.
But when do we see aliens?
I don't know, man. I'm not the one writing the Great Deception. I'm telling you that it's going to begin shortly, bro. If you're just going to go down swinging with the boomer take on things the whole way, you're going to look like a real moron in about 5 months.
Oh my god, that's shocking.
Will these aliens be angels disguised as aliens?
I
So,
think that it's a mixture
pause.
of both. Oh, yeah, no.
So,
Wow.
let me try to unpack a little bit of this, because he's talking about, oh, the government's saying that aliens are real and blah, blah, blah. But doesn't he also believe that space is fake?
Yeah, I was.
So where the
myself.
fuck are these aliens coming from?
Yeah.
I mean, get your shit straight, Austin.
If space is fake, where are the aliens? If space is fake. I mean,
Oh, we are talking about a bunch of people that watched the anime Big O, and at the end they said, "Of course, that's how the world works."
Yeah.
When it comes to the aliens, yes, I think that they're nothing more than the Watchers. Yeah, the fallen angels. But I think that we have actually built aircraft that basically imitate their form of movement, right? So there are human-made aircraft using electrogravity propulsion.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, I'm not claiming to be a prophet.
As the non-prophet, given your non-prophecies, tell us more about what's going to happen in the future, non-prophetically.
Well, again, yeah, I'm not trying to make prophecies. I'm just trying to warn you guys that the government's clearly tried to take over here recently, and we should come together, right? And we should try to figure out the truth without blindly believing.
The government's trying to take over. What? The government. What?
Does he know what the government does?
The Emperor
government
God's
has
the world.
a
We
job,
take over.
Austin. There are things that government does.
Oh, God.
Maybe we should start there. Maybe Austin needs to Google, what does government?
What does government? No, the government just sits there and hides everything. That's it. That's what the government does. It just hides shit. They don't do anything. They don't rule anything. The government doesn't rule. They're trying to take over. Don't you get it?
Yeah, apparently.
In the near future.
Perhaps on your way home, someone will pass you in the dark, and you will never know it, for they will be from outer space.
All right, that just raped the fuck out of my ears.
Mine too. I'm wearing headphones too, so yeah.
Yeah, Facty got it right. What does government does? That's exactly what Austin needs to Google. So, any reasonable person, I know that there are a lot of people fooled by the whole Navy and Air Force quote-unquote UFO videos because they don't understand how a fucking gimbal works.
Oh God, he made an AIDS video.
But
no,
for any reasonable person, they'll look at that and be like, yeah, that's just kind of a blurry image of this or that. A bird or a passenger plane or whatever. But, to someone like Austin that doesn't understand shit about fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sure it's filled with whimsical glee looking at something like that and just thinking, wow, that's proof of aliens, which are actually fallen angels because of the dome, and government's going to take over now. And I'm not going to present any evidence for anything I say, but believe me, bro.
Okay, bro. Here, let's do this one.
Oh, Lord. Is this another Witsit video?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Lord.
Great. Great. He's apparently gone from flat Earth and nonsense physics to frauditing.
Well, yeah, that's where the money is. It's just like Nathan Thompson doing it.
Oh, Nathan Thompson's doing frauditing now?
Yeah.
In a world where Austin can't even talk on the internet.
Oh, is he having problems with his
awesome. Thank you, man.
connection
So
again?
you guys let me know if the audio is really, really bad. I can tell that it looks like we're filming in like 1920, but if the audio is good, I don't really care.
Maybe if you weren't a homeless fucking
guys
bum
some
and could
fizzy
pay for
feedback on that.
internet, you could get internet
So
that actually works.
I'll ask some people in the chat. This is not a free speech area.
Coming to you
Much
live
love,
from
bro.
some random
Thank
pot
you,
field.
Thank you. Shout out to my homie Brian,
Yeah, pretty
legend.
Coming to you live from the
JJ,
McDonald's
Bear
parking lot
legend.
because I can
Look at
leech
all
the
these
Wi-Fi
freaking
for a
legends.
couple hours.
Bro, this thing is hating on me bad.
Bro.
It's so funny,
Bro.
man. As soon as I go live, there's nothing else running on my MacBook. Just a clown world. What up, Vader Bear? What up, Question the Answers? What up, my man Trevor?
All he's doing is okay.
If anybody wants to send any type of financial
Oh,
support,
e-becking.
and
Great.
also information with that, because PayPal is the best way to do it, then you can just send it there.
I mean,
And
that's
it is
literally what he's done since day one.
PayPal.me/in-a-world. And yeah, I'll read them off. And if you don't want them read off, specify it, or maybe what you want. Sign it. If you want me to say your name, like sign it at the end of whatever you're saying with what you want to be called. And there's that.
Call me
if
Big
you want to
Papa.
support, if you know what's going on with the whole me taking hours and hours and hours and hours and fighting these cases, you can do it that way. And that's that. In addition, we've had people asking us to how they can
Yeah,
send stuff
Jinju
in,
was right. He can't park
to
close enough
support
to use the
our wedding or
Walmart
our
Wi-Fi
marriage,
because
if you
he's
will.
been kicked out too many times.
I don't have like a PO box or anything right now, and we also live in an RV, so we obviously don't actually have that much room. But we will set up something. I think we may already have like a little PayPal for that, where if you guys, a bunch of people are asking me, so you can send the money there to support the marriage. Which again, we are scripturally married.
Or e-becking.
Earth electric in its resident to residents heaven sent out to soak a settle in like sediment. So anyway,
Wait, was that a white boy rap?
That's what I'm talking about.
Did he just try to
Yeah, it
white
is.
boy rap?
Let's try to rewind
I think that
it.
song's a banger though. I think I could have laid my verse a little better, but I did it kind of quickly. Kai Crush per usual, and I like what I say. If you heard what I say, I'm aware you might have listened a couple times. Zach Shotgun is evident that the Earth electric in its residents heaven sent out to soak the settle in like sediment.
Okay.
So
That
anyway,
is the 17th best homeless
true video
white boy
quality's
rap I've
overrated.
ever heard.
That's what I'm talking about.
17th?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So cool, man. Now you guys know. So
Because
with the
until
whole
today,
free
I had
speech
only
area
heard
thing,
16
in the name of
homeless
the
white
stream,
boys rap.
Obviously,
okay.
For one, YouTube's not a free speech area, and so like I said, this will be a short stream. So I may finish a couple little things I want to talk about over on Rockfin, but that will also be short. But
YouTube kind of is a free speech area because they do allow talk about certain subjects, but
yeah, you just can't get monetized for it, and the algorithm's not going to spread your shit out there.
Yeah.
But you can say whatever you want, just like me. I say stupid shit all the time.
Yeah, and I have to listen to it.
Yeah. And our viewers have to listen to it.
But they don't. They can just click off, but...
Yeah, click off, you off clickers.
No, don't. Just stay and listen to our bullshit. Please. If for no other reason than,
I don't know why the hell you're all here.
I don't know why you're here. I don't know why anyone's here.
Shenanigans.
I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here? Please, why are we here?
Why am I?
Why am?
Let's just start there.
Why am? Let's just start with why.
Because a big clown hit me.
So let's take bets on how long it actually takes Austin to get into whatever the fuck he's going to say wrong about the First Amendment.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's going to be at least another 7 minutes. Like, it'll be 15 minutes into the stream before he even gets into what he's talking about. He's probably going to e-bag at least once more, and then say a bunch of other dumb stuff. Maybe white boy rap a little bit more.
And then say something stupid about the First Amendment that's completely wrong.
Yeah. I may be a little too generous with 15 minutes, maybe more like 12, but, I'll just stick to 15.
I'm going to say until the 20-minute mark. So 12 minutes. Yeah. I'll agree with you on that. About 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The link down below for Rockfin. I don't even know if I set it up as premium or anything. So whatever it's on, it's on. But well, I'll say my thoughts on a couple things. I'm not too scared to talk about really anything, though. I think that YouTube can kick rocks. I just know that they're looking for a reason to shut us down. And in this very crucial moment where I need to be able to get the word out to you guys as to updates as to what's going on, I don't think that would be tactical.
Also, let me just say, if we do get a copyright claim from this or a copyright strike due to Austin Witsit striking us, even though this is considered fair use, it'd be mighty hypocritical of him because, First Amendment and all.
Fucking bring it on, Austin. We'll fucking counter that shit.
Yeah, we will.
See how he really feels.
Because this is transformative. You may not understand what transformative means. It means that we're taking your
his
original...
understanding stops at trans. He hears that, and he automatically hates it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Every flat earther I've ever seen is transphobic as fuck. So
yeah, except for Mallory. Mallory's the only one I've ever met that isn't transphobic.
I mean, she's not a real flat earther, but
true.
True,
she's not a real flat earther. So yeah, she kind of passes on that. I don't actually think she's a flat earther either, honestly. But her laptop died. I'm sad.
And yeah, Austin is still living in a van by probably a gas station, I want to say. I mean, right now he's sitting outside of his van by McDonald's.
Yeah.
But yeah. The first video we watched, I think he was sitting inside his van. So apparently he e-begged enough to get the money to fix the transmission or whatever it was that went wrong with it.
He got a RV.
Yeah, the RV that he and Nathan Thompson had that broke down, and then Nathan Thompson took the money and Austin's phone and laptop or whatever and ran.
Yeah. It took his phone, his laptop. That who was it gave it to him? Quantum Eraser gave him. Somebody gave Austin a laptop, and Nathan ran off with it and everything else, and the money that was supposed to be going towards their little adventure.
And towards fixing the RV. Nathan took that and then, went to live in a tent in California. And so apparently Austin has e-begged enough to get the money to fix the RV and moved it to a different parking lot. So good for him. He's doing really well.
He's living in a van down by the river.
So obviously I don't believe fairy tales about, oh man, now everyone's forgetting about our first psyop and not paying attention anymore, and now we're saying you can breathe again. So, look over here, World War III's coming.
And COVID misinformation.
And why is it that so much of the pictures of the stuff going on over there are the identical pictures from 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, from something completely different? Why are you showing us?
Because there's a lot of misinformation going around.
It's just like the Cold War was. It's just
it's like a war is happening, Austin.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation going around because there's a war. Misinformation tends to prop up a lot.
The first casualty of war is the truth.
Information. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay, so I've subscribed to several channels, people that actually live in Ukraine. They speak English, and they every one of them does different stuff, but one of them talks about like what's going on in the war, and he has, you know, sources that are in the Ukrainian military. He has a bunch of sources he gets stuff from, but every now and then he finds a video online and he talks about it, and then he finds out that it was fake, and he'll do a retraction video and he'll say, look, this was faked, I found out. And he'll go through why it was faked, how it was faked, everything like that. Like the other day, he did a video showing the Russians destroying some Ukrainian artillery, and it turned out that it was a fake video. And, you know, the Russians did it to say, hey, we're blowing up this new artillery that the US just sent to Ukraine. And so we know why that video exists. And yeah, it was just like pieced together. You didn't actually see anything happen to it, to the artillery, but they edited it in a way that it made you believe that they had destroyed it.
Yeah, just like the whole thing with them claiming, oh, Ukraine was attacking Russia well before the whole war started out, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
was that the video where the little girl from The Ring comes out of the TV and makes the artillery shrivel up and die?
After 7 days, yes.
After 7 days, yeah.
And one of the craziest things. So we're going to do an episode about this war, because there's so much to unpack, and I can go into a lot. I'm not going to, but I do want to say this. One of the most fucked up things that I've seen is in the early days of the war, the Russian military kidnapped something like 2,000 Ukrainian civilians.
Yeah.
And then took them back across the border and built a refugee camp for them so that they could make videos showing, quote unquote, Ukrainian refugees fleeing to Russia for protection, and how they're accepting all these Ukrainian refugees trying to get away from the Ukrainian government, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they're basically just holding these people prisoner now.
Yeah. We're going to have to go into that one day.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that, and we'll listen to Witsit say stupid shit for a little while longer.
They sit back and they make literal propaganda like they've created, like a science fiction author or something, like a fiction author.
Yes, because propaganda agents do exist.
And then they just copy and paste.
Yes, propaganda exists,
So,
Austin.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a little bit more of my take.
Yeah, the U.S. did. The U.S. itself ran propaganda during the North Korean conflict, during Vietnam, during the Gulf War,
during everything.
Every single time we've had a war, a major war, the U.S. has run propaganda.
Dr. Seuss was a propaganda author during World War II.
Yeah.
So we just had someone join. Welcome, Draco Fire. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, Draco.
I just walk in. I just walk in and I hear Dr. Seuss is a propaganda author.
Just turn around, walk out slowly, act like you never came in.
Dr. Seuss was an agent of the Chinese Communist Party.
You know, just walk away whistling.
Dr. Seuss was an agent of the state.
Dr. Seuss.
No, Austin was complaining about propaganda.
What? I wasn't complaining. What do you mean?
Austin Witsit was complaining that apparently
you mean that guy
exists.
You mean that guy that we don't associate, we don't claim as Austin.
The guy who's sitting in the pot field that's on fire and constantly inhaling the fumes while making this video.
Oh, suddenly everything makes sense.
Yeah. No, he's definitely on something a lot worse than pot,
yeah.
and whatever it is, I don't want any.
I don't. No, thanks.
I was gonna say it's bath salts, but I'm starting to think maybe it's that scarecrow fear toxin.
Oh God.
It could be.
Yeah.
Well, I saw today that there's a confirmed case of monkey flu in the U.S.
Yeah.
So, it could be that Austin fucked a monkey.
Yeah, I
Man.
can see that. I can see that.
Every time we talk about Witsit, it's just like people are like, "Oh, Austin did this, Austin did that," and I'm like, "What did I do to deserve this?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zumi planned this.
Sure she did.
Get you in the shot.
Evil girl.
So he's complaining that just the fact that propaganda exists.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He better stop watching all news. He better stop listening to any politician, and he better not walk outside, especially in crowded areas.
And stop reading internet.
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to go on the internet.
You're not allowed to go on the internet right now.
Oh God, you can't even read Captain America anymore either.
Yeah. Can't read Captain America, can't read Captain Marvel, can't read Miss Marvel, can't read Spider-Man. Any comics.
Or,
any comics.
Well, we are giving him credit saying you can't read these things, thinking that he can read to begin with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, maybe it is that he can't read Captain America. He can't read Spider-Man.
I doubt it. I really do.
He just buys the comics for the pretty pictures.
And I'm trying to think of some witty insult for him right now, but I just can't because we've gone through everything.
And we're just waiting for Zumi to play the video.
Yeah, there's just nothing left to say.
After this, and again, the whoop-de-whoop is down below, the link. So I do want to also I want to shout out a few people, and I'll just share the screen because some people are super underrated and censored, and I know the struggle, man, because
oh God, let's
like I was censored as soon as I started this channel.
I was censored by the American Communist Party.
That's my take on that. I feel like I need to go back and check in a little bit. I'm kind of trolling you guys, but
Awesome
time,
Austin.
Like,
bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
I do
awesome,
hate seeing people that make really
That's
good
some shit that I would have made in like elementary school.
And then these goofy goobers out here.
How fucking old is he? And he has a channel like that.
No, like I'm serious. I'm pretty sure I actually called myself Awesome Austin when I was in like third grade.
Getting on camera for long durations of time.
This is something you see like a 14-year-old that has never touched weed but tries to tell everyone that they smoke every day. Like this is the shit they would do.
I mean, he spells stoners with a Z.
People are willing to go through that for what's good, which is what anyone's doing now. If they speak the truth unequivocally and get censored for it, we have to support people like
Austin,
that. And even if
you're not getting censored, you're not.
Well, he is right now because we're speaking over him because no one cares what he has to say.
I mean, he's literally showing his channel and his videos are there.
Exactly.
How is that censoring, Austin Witsit?
You have
the lesser of two Austins.
The lesser.
You have 1.1 thousand subs and you can only get 170 views. I mean, that doesn't sound like censorship. It just sounds like you're trash at whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he has demonstrated time and time again that he's trash at everything he does.
Well, he's great at being trash, so I mean, at least he's good at one thing.
Yeah. Garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's impossible to be trash at everything, because if you're trash at everything, then you're good at being trash at stuff.
Yeah. But what if you're
he is damn good at being trash.
You will always be good at one thing, at the very least.
But what if you're trashy at being trashy?
Then that means you're really good at everything.
I mean, okay, so does anyone else see this? Like, I have always seen Austin Witsit as a Nathan Thompson that talks faster. Like that's literally all I see with
I mean, he
Austin
kind of
Witsit.
looks like Nathan.
They look alike. They say the exact same stupid shit.
They were definitely dating at one point.
Yeah,
they were definitely buddies.
There was definitely some
what was
tummy
happening
sticks going on in that RV.
Yeah, I was gonna say no idea what was happening in that RV. I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, better not to ask.
Why does this RV smell like KY jelly?
Listen now, what goes on in the RV stays in the RV.
This RV's got a strange smell of
until Nathan
ass.
steals the money.
Until Nathan steals the money, yeah.
Yep.
Until Nathan steals the money, the weed,
He
and
got-
beer.
He got gerbated by Nathan Thompson.
Oh yeah, and Nathan also stole the weed. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, stole the weed too.
Witsit got just completely bamboozled. It was
Yeah.
imagine getting done that dirty by Nathan Thompson.
Oh god.
Like that's like the lowest you can get. Like
yeah.
it can't get any worse than that.
Nathan, the guy that actually thought the duck suits were serious. That Nathan.
Yeah.
Bamboozled him.
See, I can never tell if that's like if you guys are being serious when you say that or not. Did he actually think that those were serious?
Yes.
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I hear it, I just can't believe it. Like I don't feel like it's possible to act.
Reckless Ben did him pretty well. That was pretty epic.
Reckless Ben, that was epic. That was epic as hell. Oh god.
I mean, the video was absolutely hilarious. Whether he was serious or not, it was just absolutely hilarious.
No, Nathan was serious.
He definitely believed it, and he defended it on.
Nathan Oakley.
I think it was Globebusters. Like
Nathan Oakley's, yeah.
Yeah, and Nathan Oakley's, both. Like he went on and he was like, no, because they explained something about like the magnetic resonance or something. The duck suits blocked it just as the other suit.
The experiment gives off a lot of magnetic resonance, so we need to have the rubber to block it. Okay? No, I don't care what you have to say. We needed to wear those suits.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what he was saying.
I tried to do his voice, but
when I was a young boy, I grew up on the farm. I'm a country boy, and I used to fuck the cows and the pigs. I used to fuck the pigs, and the cows would come, and I would pat them and look into their eyes.
Santos, please stop.
Santos, we know you're a garbage person too, but tonight is about Austin Witsit.
I'm masturbating.
Fine, go.
Damn. Okay. Did I ask though?
That's some aggressive masturbation there.
This morning, I went to the toilet.
Good.
Good job. Do you want a cookie?
Yes. All right, so we're at 13 minutes. I said 15 minutes before he would get into whatever the fuck he's going to say about the First Amendment.
Has he not even started like the actual topic of the video yet?
No, he hasn't.
No.
He's just ranting.
Yeah.
Well, the first 10 minutes was basically e-begging.
Well, he spent the first 5 minutes
I
trying
thought we
to
were
make sure
responding
that
to,
people could hear and see him,
I thought
and
we
then
were
another
responding to
5
Austin
minutes
Witsit,
e-begging.
Not Phuket word. Is it? Was I misinformed? Or
what? Huh?
I could have sworn we were responding to Witsit, not Phuket word, or am I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much any First Amendment auditor, or any
flat earther.
Flat
Like
earther.
all flat earthers are exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's so predictable at this point. It's ridiculous.
Well,
And
that's
since-
kind of why most people have stopped really debating them or doing anything to them anymore, because they don't say anything new.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
mean,
same
they
with
haven't
it's the same with
since I
evolution
got into
players.
it in 2019, but still, like they had the Black Swan and they had Sextants misunderstanding both of those, and that's literally all that's changed about what Flurfs say since I got into this, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. And I got to about the same time, probably a little bit earlier, but
yeah,
it's the same as with people who deny evolution. I mean, they haven't, you know, they've been saying the same things for 50 years, and flurfs have kind of arrived at that point now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're just going to be shoved to the side. They're not interesting anymore.
Yeah, it's still fun to laugh at them at this point, but that's literally all they're good for at this point is just cheap laughter.
Yeah, but eventually eventually, you know, the novelty does wear off, and they'll just turn into another, these annoying little shits again. You know.
Yeah. In about 20 years, about 10, 15 years, I'll say, they'll make a resurgence again, and then we'll shoot them down, and about 3 years later, we'll just laugh at them again.
Pretty much. All right.
At least we know they'll always exist, so we'll always have content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If they don't exist, we always have First Amendment auditors who will always be around, unfortunately. Well, First Amendment frauditors. Auditors are fine. Actual auditors are fine. Frauditors do it for the money because they want that confrontation. Because that
Luna,
confrontation
send a super
is
chat.
money.
Luna, send a super chat.
Luna, send a super chat. Send a super chat, Luna. You do better than that, Luna.
Send a
Gods
big
can't be
one.
arrested. Gods can't
All
be
right,
arrested.
Austin, what you got for us?
We could just quote people all day.
And then that will tie pretty well into what I have been talking about recently, but it's not going to be too different because that's what's going on with me. And like I said, I'll give my take on some current worldly affairs on Rockfin at the end of this. I would hope that you don't need them. I would hope that you don't need my opinion on it. I would hope.
What's up with that background? Did he just splooge all over a black background and that's what he decided to put as his background?
I mean, I assume he's in, like, Florida.
No, I'm
Probably.
talking about the white on the back. Background image.
No, it's a
glare.
U.S. map.
Oh.
I saw it earlier. It's a U.S. map.
Okay.
So, like, the bottom left, that's
that.
Alaska,
Yes.
and then the bottom is Hawaii, and Texas is dick, and then the bottom of Florida.
The dick.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely a U.S. map.
Yeah, there's Maine right there in New York. Yeah, okay, I can see it.
We don't talk about that
very
part. That part's
obvious
for
and
plebs.
transparent exactly as to what's going on, and it's that you don't know what's going on, and no one knows what's going on. And if anyone was going to know what's going on,
We
it'd be
know
people
you
there,
don't
and
know
the
what's
people there
going
say
on, Austin.
What they say is going on is not what's
Never
going
know.
on, and of course it's not, because they're showing you pictures from 6 or 7 years ago and then telling you it's something that's happening right now.
The nameless,
and then they're
faceless thing.
filling it with an emotional story to trigger you into an emotional state. Like, okay, throw all your logic
He just
out
took
here.
that
One,
long
or
to say
here's a little
nothing.
girl holding a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
children.
Austin.
It's
What's
like
it
they're
for you? He takes
literally just
forever
manipulating
to
cattle.
say nothing.
Like I talked about this in my Facebook stream. That's all that is. It's like, okay, you're cattle, so this is what you're allowed to talk about now. And I want you to understand that's why
Don't
it's so
say
important as to
cattle.
why I keep talking about the subject. And not just 'cause
I'm
in
pretty
court
sure.
and I'm going to
I
make
would
the change.
I would like you to
About
retract
the
that
fucking
statement.
sheep.
I do not
When I
want
was
to
a
be
young boy,
cattle.
I grew up on the farm.
No, please,
I'm a
please,
country
no, I
boy.
don't want to be a cow.
And
no, please.
I used to fuck the cows and the pigs. I used to fuck the pigs, and the cows would come,
pass.
and I would pat them and look into their eyes.
Santos, we get it. We get it, Santos. We get it. Dude,
I will I will politely decline your offer to be a cattle.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what he's talking about. Like, what does this have to do with the First Amendment?
Yeah.
I bet if you asked, he probably wouldn't even be able to recite what the First Amendment is.
Oh no, I seriously doubt that.
He'd probably say like, it gives you freedom.
It's freedom of speech. That's what he'll say. It's freedom of speech.
Yes, that's 3 words out of the like 50 that make up the full amendment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
In fact, if you actually read it, it says that Congress will not
Congress
make a law.
shall make no law respecting
which means
Which
means, of course, that a private business can do whatever the fuck they want because they're not Congress and they're not making a law.
But no,
Right.
Private businesses make the law though. They're part of Congress, aren't they?
They lobby for it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, ever since Citizens United.
Functionally, kind of, yes, they are technically essentially Parliament or Congress at this point, but
good old Mitt.
You know,
corporations are people, my friend Romney.
They are the law.
All right, more Austin, unfortunately.
But it's also just what comes with that, the implication of that.
I have a way of making this better.
Play circus music.
Set it on fire.
Buried us with big tech companies.
Lots of
like a handful of different platforms we can use, and they censor us, and they're not free speech areas, as if anything exists. That's such a thing, and this is the craziest part of it. I thought about writing something like this in a cover letter I sent to a governor or something, but it's like, natural law.
Yeah, this makes it better.
Handles the reciprocation or the consequences of the tongue. Natural law does that. Like what you say, what you do. Natural law takes care of those things. So you're allowed.
Austin, please explain natural law.
And just as natural law,
just in your own words,
dictates a certain type of equilibrium be attained based on what you say. It also is going to prohibit any type of attempt to stop one person from that freedom, meaning they have the right to go have what is reciprocated. And you don't have the right as any other individual to impede them on that. It's very simple. It's because now if you live in a world where you don't think there's any accountability, which a lot of you crazy little loser gammas do, and you need to grow up, there is a moral accountability. You can't run from it forever. But if you want to think that's not the case, and that's where you have this really tricky situation, and you have no idea what's going on, because you don't think that there.
Okay, I think I get what he's saying, Paul.
So if there's no account.
I think I get what he's trying to say here. Like, you have the right to do what you want to do, but then you don't have the right to stop people from doing what they want to do. Like, that's what he thinks the First Amendment is.
Yeah, that's not what it says.
That I can go somewhere and say whatever I want, and no one has a right to tell me that I can't say that.
Yeah,
that's what he thinks it is.
Everyone that tries to audit using the First Amendment conveniently ignores the words "Congress shall make no law."
Yeah.
It's only about Congress. It's like legally that the country can't stop you from going to Wendy's and buying 500 big whatever burger, whatever they call it, Baconators or whatever.
Baconators, yeah.
But the company can stop you from doing that if they so choose.
Basically, what the First Amendment is, it guarantees protection of the right to actually speak out against your government. That's it. That's all the First Amendment was there to do to begin with.
Well, yeah, there's 5 rights in the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, so protest, and then for some reason I'm drawing a blank. Drawing a blank on the 5th.
To petition the government.
Oh yeah, freedom of petition. Yeah.
Which I mean. Yeah.
Congress shall make no law stopping you from doing those things.
Yeah. Right. Like I said, it's only about Congress. Anyone else, for a private citizen, if I want to, I don't know, tell you to shut the fuck up, or if I want to, if I own the video platform and I want to delete your video, then I have every right to do so because it's mine. It's only about laws. Like you don't have a legal right to just do whatever you want and have no one stop you because there are laws that stop you from doing certain things.
But if the post office doesn't want you on their property because you're causing a disturbance, they have every right to kick you out because they're a private business. The post office, I'm sorry, Predators, the post office is not paid by the government.
Well, the United States Postal Service is, but everything else is not.
Well, no, the Postal Service is not paid by the government. The Postal Service makes its own revenue.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like? Oh, sorry. Okay, I misunderstood what you said.
But it is a government entity, kind
Yeah.
of like NASA is.
Yeah, but they're not actually
but
paid by the government.
It's not actually part of our government.
Yeah.
It's just a private entity of the government.
Yeah, just like NASA. NASA isn't. Hey, well, they are funded by the government, but
yeah,
NASA does what NASA wants to do, basically, with the money that the government gives them.
Yeah, although I have heard.
I think NANA got it right here. Natural law states that I should punch you in the face, Witsit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I agree with that.
That is a lot closer to natural law than anything Austin Witsit would ever come up with.
If you actually read through British common law, it actually says, "Thou shalt punch Nathan Thompson and Austin Witsit whenever thou seest them."
Thou shalt punch.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Queen amended that to just be "Thou shalt punch anyone named Nathan whenever thou seest them."
Yeah.
Funny story. My name was Nathan for about 3 months after I was born, so I guess that explains why people just punch me in the face randomly. I don't. Yeah.
You got to stop going to England. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, I've never been to England. That's
over
the funny
here
part.
in the U.S., we fought a war just for the fact that we didn't want our Nathans punched in the face all the time. We just want them punched in the face some of the time.
Yeah.
So we fought a war over that shit.
Yeah. So you better thank us.
Yeah.
You're
welcome, Americans.
Yeah.
We fought a war because we didn't like the king, and then we we didn't like not being able to make fun of the king.
Yeah. And we didn't like the fact that we
for
were
being
getting
a fat loser.
taxed without being able to actually decide what they do with our taxes.
Yeah,
which is why we should probably
that
start
whole taxation
fearing
without representation thing. Like that's not what it was about at all.
No.
It was about, there were a bunch of guys named Nathan back then, and they just kept getting punched in the face all day long, every day, and they were sick and tired of it. They only wanted to be punched in the face like maybe once a day.
Yeah.
And the king wouldn't give them representation, so they couldn't actually get a law passed saying that they could only be punched once a day. So
yes,
we fought a war.
The infamous King Nathan, the masochist. He refused to amend the law.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been U.S. History with NASA Bunker 33.
Oh,
and it's still better history than you would ever learn from Austin Witsit.
Yeah, I feel like we might have skipped a couple of steps there.
Let's get back to listening to this asshole.
Accountability, you need to do it. It needs to be based on what you think, because in that contradictive worldview of infants, basically, I'm not trying to be too degrading. I'm just saying that's a very stupid worldview. They crafted it.
Yep.
And gifted it to you to make you dumb, or to make you believe in a very complacent, stagnant worldview.
Well,
so that you are.
They
dumb.
definitely made him dumb.
That's all that
well,
is.
if they made me believe in a certain worldview, why do I not agree with any political party?
But everyone disagrees. But it's just what I think's right or wrong.
Yes, that's pretty funny. I don't know how that works.
It's not actually right or wrong. It's just subjective to me, and everyone else disagrees with me, or a bunch of other people make a whole bunch of different opinions about it.
Why are you talking so fast?
It's you run around
Stop talking so fast.
He gets a little bit excited and starts.
You have somewhere to be?
When he knows he's saying bullshit, he talks faster.
Now we have nihilistic materialistic.
Nihilistic! Oh no! Nihilistic!
They're definitely
not the nihilists.
And if you
not
just
the
sit on the
dreaded
sideline
nihilists.
and you don't say what's on your mind, then you're just a slave. There's no
They're
way
the
around
cause
it.
of
You just sit
everything.
there and you can't really speak what's on your mind and truly express yourself and
Hey,
what
look.
you truly feel.
I just noticed. I literally just noticed this. But he copied Nathan Thompson's beard.
Oh, you just noticed that? We've been saying how similar they look.
I don't know that he copied so much as he can't afford to shave.
No, he shaved his chin. His chin is shaved. Everything else.
He's just doing the same thing Nathan does by trying to use his beard to improve his weak jawline.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
No, it's not. Well, no,
it makes him look more homeless. That's all that's happening. He looks more homeless.
I've actually seen some homeless people that are quite well groomed, actually much better groomed than this guy.
That's because those homeless people actually have people that actually care about them and help them get groomed.
Or
they
just
don't want to be
fallen,
homeless. Yeah.
Right. Or they've just temporarily fallen on bad times and
that too.
will get out of it.
They're
are
trying to pick themselves out of it.
Yeah.
So they groom, they take a shower, they shave, they get decent looking clothes, they apply for jobs trying to get out of where they are.
Yeah, because funny story, you get accepted to a lot more jobs when you show up shaved and not looking like a haggard mess that smokes weed on every second Thursday, and then every other Thursday as well.
And
every other day that ends in Y.
Yeah, every day that ends in Y.
Every Y that ends in day, yeah.
Are you sure you aren't taking some of that too, Zumi? Or...
What?
Every month that ends in a letter.
Where am I? Where am I again? Who am I? What?
Who shot who in the what now?
What? Anyway.
Whether that be because of whatever the myriad of reasons you've come up with to try to justify being scared and timid in a little girl. I gotta keep my professional. Blah, 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 blah,
I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. Oh man, I have a LinkedIn account. Oh, I gotta do this. This is how I make money. Oh well, my family might not do it. I'm just not gonna talk to them about my family. Oh, well, I don't want to be the person that does it. You can come up with a million different reasons, but if you sit, it doesn't matter what the reason is, and the Grabblers know that, by the way. So it doesn't really matter what the reason is. It's that your reaction is to stifle your.
What is a Graveler?
Oh, the Pokemon. I think he's talking about that. I think he's talking about the Pokemon that the Pokemon that uses nothing but explode.
He's been playing a little too much Pokemon Go, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't afford a cell phone until he e-begged enough for someone to buy him a cell phone, and so he just downloaded Pokemon Go, and that's literally all he's been doing.
In fact, he has it. In fact, he has it 100% correct. You can get a good job unless you believe the other's flat.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching a video of a guy that looks up to the Morgile.
Wow.
And did
look
everyone,
up
John
to
the
Nathan
Morgile
Thompson. Here.
John
the Morgile here. I'll be quick and straight to the point. I need money.
My meth lab exploded again, and
thanks
my
for
van
watching.
broke down. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Philippians 1733. Have a nice day.
Philistines 3033.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've even opened a Bible.
Philippians 20:33.
Philippians 66:33.
No, you didn't.
420.
You didn't get what I said. Philippians.
I
42. 42:69.
Philippians 69. That's all I care about.
49:62.
49:62.
Can't even get it.
69.
Anywho,
natural progression of thought and expression, and if you do that, you are no longer even being individually active. So they don't really have to worry about you because when you're actually just enacting the power that you have, they have to respond to you. But whenever you just operate within the confinement they crafted for you, there's no need for a response. They know what you're doing. They got you to do what you're doing.
They.
Wow, there's so many theys that I have literally no idea what he's talking about.
Who are they?
Who are they? Yeah.
Who are they? What do you mean within the confines that they have made for you? What are you talking about individuality? Like they, and I'm like
they.
If you could maybe add some other vocab, I know this is hard, but add some words to your vocab, and then maybe people will understand you.
Yeah, I always subconsciously insert the stonecutters from The Simpsons when conspiracy theorists start talking about they. I just think of the stonecutters, and then the No Homers Club.
No Homers
We're
Club.
allowed one.
Whenever people say,
Who holds
whenever they
back
say
the
they,
electric
I
car?
just always think of like dark, shadowy figures in some kind of basement, and then the light turns on. It's a bunch of fucking nerds in like middle school.
Playing D&D.
Yeah, playing D&D around a table.
I was about to say, and they're playing D&D. It's just
Fitting
a bunch
too,
of
'cause
guys
I
in
used to be one of
robes.
them.
It's just a bunch of guys sitting, in a dark, shady basement. You cut on the light. It's just them wearing robes and
You
playing
walk in,
D&D.
hello, turns on the light, and it's just them wearing bathrobes or something,
Yeah.
playing D&D.
They all turn at you and hiss at the same time.
Yeah, and then you look at the board and you see like 5 like bunny girls as their characters or something.
Yep.
Ooh, I rolled a nat 20.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nat 20 for
I have a
effect.
feeling that this is probably offending at least one person here in chat, or
Right.
that's going
Hi-
to listen to this later, or
Hi,
something.
person.
And
I know
good.
I'm offending you, and I don't care.
I am quite offended.
I
How
played
dare
D&D.
you take a shot at bunny girls?
I played D&D and I like bunny girls.
Bunny
so-
girls are anatomically illogical.
Yeah, why do they have bunny ears and normal
Yeah,
human
why do you have
ears?
2 sets of ears?
They have 2 sets
Doesn't
of
that
ears.
just mean that sound would just kill them?
Because it's a costume.
If
Kinda
you
like
have
bunny
2
girl.
sets of ears, is that hearing in 3 or 6D
Hearing
instead of
4
3D
dimensions.
because it's double?
Hearing in 4-dimensional sound.
Yeah, they're hearing 4 dimensions. They're hearing in quad. They're hearing
I
in
can
quad.
hear time.
Yeah, they can not only hear where a sound is coming from, but also when it happened.
Yeah, they can hear when it happened. Like,
Something like that. I
They
don't
know
even
where it happened, when it happened, and how it happened.
I can smell space-time.
I hear everything.
I can smell gravity. I can hear electromagnetism.
There's
I
milk
can
in the
taste
fridge
a
that's
black
about
hole.
to go bad. There it
Just
goes.
takes a bite out of a black hole. Damn, that's a lot of calories.
That would be a lot of fucking calories.
Wait,
You'd probably just die from the energy. Like,
I like that. World of color. Slowly raises hand.
Yeah, the country's rocked by a 9.0 earthquake. What was that? Lunch.
Just wait, I'll be
San
gassy in
Francisco,
an hour.
1943. Austin Witsit eats lunch.
Well, let's get back to Austin at that juncture.
So the idea that they can tell you what you can or cannot say, or where you can or cannot say it, is the final straw. It's actually
No, Austin, they're not limiting your speech. You're able to say whatever the fuck you want to say as long as...
But he's not specifying who they are. Is he talking about government? Is he talking about YouTube? Is he talking about fucking Twitter? What? Who
Exactly.
is he talking? Is he
Like,
talking
here's
about the fucking McDonald's employee that gave him the Wi-Fi password for an hour?
I want to say he's talking about the Men in Black, but he's probably talking about the RIPD.
He's talking about the absolute travesty that Will Smith was allowed to scream, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and that you just can't do that. That needs to be banned. But Witsit should be able to say things such as, "I like eating hemp raw. Please do it with me. It has great nutritional benefit. Yes, I'm divorced and my wife took the kids. Why do you ask?"
I mean, we're literally watching a person devolve. Like, this is what Flat Earth does to people.
Yeah.
Austin was probably a pretty decent guy 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like a little dumb, but probably a pretty all right guy. But then he got into Flat Earth, and we've just watched him devolve in the 2 years he's been around or whatever.
I mean, just look at Ranty. Look at how he acted when he was a flirt, not literally a year and a half ago, and then now he's a great guy.
Yeah,
helping service veterans get dogs that they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, and STST as well. Like they've flat Earth, like, it destroys people. It pretty much turns them psychotic. Like, that's how bad it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cult. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the very definition of cult.
Well, it's because in order to believe in flat Earth, you have to believe that you are the enlightened one, and everyone else is a demonic liar. So yeah, it's pretty much a cult.
Oh, trust me. I've been having arguments with PJCnet on MC Tunes lately, and he actually believes he is a quote unquote enlightened one, and he's the only one that knows the truth.
Yeah, someone
wait,
take the Buddhist text
the
away
same
from him.
PJC net that said he was going to be kicked off the internet forever on March 27th.
Yeah, that same.
The same PGC net that looks like some kind of the same PGC net that looks like some ancient British aristocrat that like had sex with their cousin or something.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That one.
All the promises to break.
Come on, they were supposed to ban him.
I was looking forward to an internet without PJC net, but I mean, whoever they were that were supposed to ban him, apparently they really suck at their job.
They let us down.
Yeah. God damn it, they.
They do your goddamn job.
Come on. They
We
please.
pay you to do your job. They.
I know who they are. Them. They.
They
Did anybody
are
remember
them.
that weird late '90s Wes Craven movie with the weird interdimensional mirror things?
I was born after 2000, so no.
Well, it is possible I'm just remembering a fever dream, but I'm pretty sure.
From what I've heard, the entire '90s was a fever dream.
I mean, I was on mushrooms from like 2004 to 2007, so it could have happened then, maybe.
And one of the saner things that happened was a show called Freakazoid.
Oh, Freakazoid was awesome though.
See, like I said, the '90s were a fever dream. I'm glad I was born after it.
Freakazoid was awesome.
Notice how all the flat earthers are people who lived through the '90s. Coincidence? I think not.
God damn it, you've got a point.
I hate you.
I hate you.
How many high school aged flat earthers have you heard about?
Freak to me.
Mallory.
No,
She's only 13.
Mallory.
She's only 13,
Mallory is older than she sounds.
I know.
Yeah, she's almost as old as me.
Yeah, I still don't believe that she's a teacher, though.
I mean, she's not.
That's something that I refuse to believe.
That was made up by her and Booma.
Yeah, her and Booma made that up.
It was supposed to be like a skit or show on our channel for a little while, but we just never did it, and then she kind of fucked off.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a little joke skit, but it never happened.
So that's where that came from. For anyone not in the know, Mallory being a teacher came from NASA Bunker 33.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway,
it's the final step. It's the last thing there. It's the last.
It's
thing.
the final step.
Coincidentally, and it's not a coincidence
Well,
because the creator
He
did
didn't
it.
say solution.
But, you know, I just find myself in it. But it's not just because I'm
Yeah.
in it. That's not a coincidence.
I had a joke about that earlier. Punchy
and then
enjoyed
I
it.
coincidentally filed my paperwork on 2/22 and literally had no idea, didn't plan it at all. Was working around the clock trying to get it when I got it. Like, the creator is doing something. He wants to.
What the fuck does this have to do with the First Amendment, Austin?
Yeah, I was about to ask that same goddamn question. Like, what the fuck? God. First Amendment. This.
He's just rambling on about incoherent bullshit.
Doesn't that what Witsit does?
I mean, every flat earther does it, but you know, I was kind of hoping we would have some sort of point, like he would actually talk about the First Amendment, considering this video is called Represented.
Okay, quitties. Go to the punishment room because you're making stupid accusations.
Well, I do like the punishment room.
It shouldn't be called
There's
the
a
punishment
butt plug with my name on it.
Use some of us that are not going to fold.
Booma
Just
actually
I got a
wrote my
phone call
name on
from
it.
one of my
That
homies
was
that
nice
met up
of
with us
him.
on the tour. He's a legend.
That was nice of him.
And he's the one he's been going in and just
Pardon
talking
me,
to
I
people
poured
about what's going on
turpentine
with the
into my
stupid mask
mind's
thing and
eye.
how they're masking up all their children. And he's been fighting it the whole time. And the creators thrown him in a situation where they now have to hear what he's saying. They have to now put what he's
No, not the punishment room. The punishment room. You know the room where you get puns thrown at you 24/7. That room.
I'm going to hate Booma for the rest of my life for inventing that room.
Yeah, that was
It's all
terrible.
really bad Australian dad joke puns too.
Yeah.
Should have been more specific when I
and I'm telling
commissioned
him,
that thing.
yo, dude,
Yeah.
like the father did that. Like he's doing that. He's like making this move where he's like chipping away and shooting arrows inside their armor in their own system, and he's using people that he knows are willing to be used to do that, to shoot the arrows. It's not like we crafted the magic arrow. We, in a way, for an analogy's sake, kind of stumbled along to the bow and arrow, and we just know how to shoot one. And it just happens to be like the most awesome.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Wait, I think he's gone into a review of the later seasons of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Now he's
You
talking
get
about
shot
bows
with the arrow, and
arrows.
if you live, you get a stand.
Holy shit! Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I got out of this. I'm just hearing word salad.
Yeah, that's all it is word salad right now at this point.
Yeah,
fuck?
We're 20 minutes in and it's devolved to him just saying words with nothing coming out.
That's his stand, word jazz.
Yeah.
That's what we've evolved past word salad and we're directly into word steak now.
No, this is like word raw ingredients. This is like this is like word farmers market. Like
Word
it's
farmers
just
market.
the heads of lettuce and the tomatoes and the corn and the okra and everything just sitting on the back of pickup trucks that the farmers picked that morning.
Not even a salad, just the raw ingredients.
He hasn't even formed it into a salad.
Yet.
Awesome bow.
So
like it's a beautiful thing because when you understand that's what's happening, you're pretty much untouchable, right? It's cool, and this is clearly this is clearly something that is very important to the creator, and that's because it allows lies to flourish. It prohibits the truth. It literally conceals the truth because no one can even point out that the truth is missing or what is the truth or question the truth or can we try to find the truth. We can't even logically progress our thoughts to understand that there's a truth there, much less actually get together, dissect information, iron sharpening iron, and then figure out what the truth is and then pursue it. Like you're never going to adamantly pursue the truth if you don't know that the truth exists. If you don't even
Witsit wouldn't know the truth if the truth hit him on the ass. Like, seriously.
Witsit wouldn't know the truth if it was a baseball bat beating him to death.
Yeah. So you're right on that.
Witsit wouldn't know the truth if it was written on Nathan Thompson's dick while he was sucking it.
Well, duh, because he's sucking it. He can't exactly see it if it's in his mouth.
Or like on his pubes, I guess.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
know the right questions to ask to try to find the truth. And so that is why the creator doesn't like that, and especially whenever you're throwing children into that confinement. Like if
we're throwing children,
brainwashed. At this point, I don't
that sounds like
anymore.
a fun
It
game.
might take you 5 years, and you might never wake up, man. You might.
You know what vibes I'm getting from this thing? You know those truckers that use their CB radios as like a pirate radio station while they're driving? That's what this is a vibe this gives me.
Yeah, or like a ham radio operator that does that.
Like Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China after getting hit in the head with a baseball bat a couple of times.
It's like
way too much.
it's like an even more unhinged Alex Jones.
Oh God. Or less unhinged Alex Jones, because a more unhinged Alex Jones would probably make it past making no sense to making sense again somehow. That makes sense. That makes sense. Do I make sense?
It's in the water.
And yeah, Facty's got it right. Throwing children, it's a lot like dwarf tossing, but more screaming.
Yeah. Hashtag throw the dwarf. Anyway.
And you know, I've got a bad back. I don't know if I could lift a dwarf and toss them, but a child, especially like a very young one, I could probably get some pretty good distance there. Especially if I do it like a discus throw, you know, spin around a few times to build up some momentum.
If I can find this.
See, Austin, I am saying some pretty fucked up things on this stream, and guess what? We're not going to be blocked for our speech.
Yeah.
You know what we need? A child trebuchet.
Oh, this is in Creative Commons. Great.
I think they had one of those during the Fourth Crusade.
This is good. This is in Creative Commons, so we can play it.
I mean, I'm not really talking about it on the stream until right now, but I've been talking about it in chat that I'm going to put one of my butt plugs in Punchy's suitcase so he can take it to Facty when he goes home.
Let's listen to Alex Jones. Let's at the very end of the stream. We are at the very end of the stream.
Let's not and say we didn't.
No. This is the song. It's a remix of a song, and it's in Creative Commons, so we should be safe playing it.
Yeah, okay. All right, I can deal with that.
I will eat your ass. Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like sizing up on a Hollywood back chain.
This is my new jam.
God damn, yeah.
Chop, chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn.
This is my jam, definitely.
I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass. Flat.
Someone call the agent
Your
because
ass up
this
so
track
fast.
is
I'll tell
fire.
him, oh, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready.
I wonder if this song is turning the freaking frogs gay.
Probably.
Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you.
Punchy just caught up to what I was saying. So I'm gonna have to hide the butt plug in his luggage.
Okay, that was from Jonathan Mann. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Go subscribe because that makes great stuff with that.
That was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that.
I just played it because
that was the best Alex Jones video I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Fire tracks.
So yeah, let's we've been going for well over almost 2 hours now, so yeah, let's go ahead and call it a night. Since Austin Since Austin isn't going anywhere and all we're getting is word salad.
What a great place to end it.
Yeah, that's the reason I played it, because it was a good, finisher. It's better than Austin.
Austin
yeah.
blabbing about nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, what
All
did we
right,
learn
so
tonight?
so let's go around the table. What did we learn tonight? Zoomy, let's start with you.
Austin is good at word salad. That's about it. He's good at assembling.
Deconstructed word salad.
He's good at assembling the ingredients to word salad.
All right, Bob, what about you? What did you learn tonight?
I learned that a great movie idea is a sequel to Big Trouble in Little China where Jack Burton has brain damage.
Wait. I also learned that Alex Jones will eat my leftist ass.
Corn on the cob.
Yeah. Draco, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that I'm the superior Austin, but I already knew that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you are, but I wouldn't really brag about that because literally just existing makes you the superior Austin.
True. Very true.
Just having the name Austin makes you the superior Austin.
Very true. All right.
I learned
and
that
on that
Facty,
note,
I learned that
I
Facty
didn't
wants
head out.
something that's been inside my butthole.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
All right. On that great note, I do need to head out. It's been
All
fun.
right. Thanks for coming.
Bye, yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, Rico.
Nighty night.
Good night, man.
And I guess that's it for all of us. So good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week with hopefully something better than Austin Witsit.
Thank you for coming. We'll see you in hell.
Bye-bye.